What's up, my friends? Welcome to the Chaos live stream. I, of course, am Christopher Chaos, in case you did not know, but we're here in the road to 100,000 subscribers. Hopefully it happens before the end of the year, and you guys can't make it happen without you guys, so thank you guys for being here. Thanks for hanging out. We're here to answer some questions. If you have questions, leave those in the chat. So you just type out your question in the chat. I'll try to my best to get to a bunch of them, right? As many as I can. If it starts getting like wild and crazy, then sometimes I have to jump around a little bit, and you can re-ask your question, or you can hit me up on Instagram. Links in the description box down below for Instagram, Discord, all that fun stuff. You hit me up over there, and yeah, a lot of different ways to interact. A little bit later, we're gonna do some entries for a giveaway. We're gonna be doing a giveaway each month through the rest of the year. So we're gonna do one in October this month, one in November, and one in December, and you'll have a chance to win a $100 gift card from Amazon. So you can buy whatever the hell you want from Amazon. Good deal. All you're gonna have to do is just be here at the live streams. You come to the live streams, you'll have a chance to enter during the live stream. You can enter just once per live stream, but that means you can enter quite a few different times. Let's see, with this month, that makes it to where if you enter today, if you entered the next live stream, the one after that, the one after that, and then the last one will be the actual one. Ooh, that's Halloween though. We have to do a different, we might have to do the giveaway on a different day for that one. So there's still 4 chances for you to enter. The 31st is Halloween. I don't think we'll do the live stream on Halloween. Maybe we'll have to do that one like on Saturday. So maybe that one will be the Saturday live stream. But it'll work the same way kind of each month, where each Sunday leading up to the actual end of the month stream, you'll have a chance to enter, hopefully maybe win $100. So stay tuned for your chance for that here in a little bit. So what's up, Notification Platoon? What have we got? We got RSA, we got Marsha, we got VGMR, one of our Chaos Army commanders, we got Edward, we've got Ronald, we've got Small Man, TFR 60, we got Time for Games, we got T-Dog, we got Black Dollars, we got Star Soldier, we got Badge MW, Coffee Mornings, we got Zach, we got Jesse, Angel, Jason, Michael, Gary, Harrison, Doug the Eliminator, one of our also Chaos Army commanders. Awesome. Kim Dan, Random Military Clips, Chaos Army Commander. Thank you guys. And then I'll see Deputy 03. Awesome. So, just hit me up in the questions in the chat. What do you guys got going on? We also have a like goal we'll try to get to before the end of the stream. 100 likes. So make sure that you hit that like button down below. I did see T-Dog asking about the stream starting at a different time. I did try to do it differently today, making it more of a just even number. 7 o'clock my time. If you're in California, 6 o'clock. Maybe if you're on the East Coast, that's 9 o'clock over there. So it is slightly different. I figured maybe to make it easier. I think this is probably going to be the new stream time, where I'll probably start doing it at 7 o'clock my time. Just an even number. That way it's easy to say, like, you know, something like, you know, 6 o'clock. Was that Eastern? No, Pacific. 6 o'clock Eastern, and then 9 o'clock Pacific, right? So it makes it easier rather than having to say, like, you know, 6:30 or 7:30 or whatever kind of a thing. So yeah, that's the goal. Let's see. Let me scroll through. Let's see what we got for some questions maybe. Winter or summer basic training, which you prefer? Me personally, because I have a higher tolerance for heat, I would rather just be miserable in the heat rather than freezing my ass off. My philosophy always with the cold weather versus hot weather is, yeah, if it's really hot, yeah, sure, it's miserable. But when it's cold, that can be painful. If your hands are frozen, you're trying to do crap and everything, that sucks. Where heat's just miserable. Cold, that can be painful. So I'd rather do basic training in the heat than doing it in the winter. What rank was I in the army? Man, you must not know anything about my channel. It's easy evidence or easy information on the about of my YouTube channel, but I was a sergeant when I got out. Awesome channel cast. Well, thanks, Jason. Start a gaming channel. Kim says, I have one. I just don't play games enough to... And, well, okay, so a couple of reasons why I don't do a gaming channel. One, I don't really play video games often enough. And two, I'm not very good. So you just be tuning in to watch a guy suck at video games. At least when it comes to, like, Call of Duty, first-person shooter types of things, I'm not really that great. So it's not that entertaining to probably want to watch me suck at video games. There might be games out there that might be entertaining, maybe, but I don't know. So, but the main thing is, like I said, I don't game often enough. If I was a full-time YouTuber, maybe I'd have more dedicated time to do gaming in there somewhere in the mix, but with the way the schedule works now, there's just no way I could be able to fit it in there well enough. Great intro, Chris. Well, thanks. Appreciate that. Let's see. Let me find some questions. Would it be frowned on if I wore custom items on my headband with my ACH, like an Ace of Death or a picture of someone or something, like actually in the army and did that? Yeah, they'd be pissed at you for doing stuff like that. So you would not be able to actually do anything like that. Actually being in the army and actually putting stuff on there, they don't like that kind of stuff. So no, you can't do that. Who's the most famous person I've ever met? I mean, I've met quite a few famous people. Most famous, though? Rob Schneider, maybe? Because he'd be the most, like, well-known one. I mean, Rudy Giuliani, former mayor of New York City. But I've also met, like, Drew Carey. I've also met Twisted Sister. I've also met quite a few different people, probably. But probably Rob Schneider, probably, I guess the most well-known one that more of the, like, the most people would probably know who that person is. So I guess Rob Schneider. Summer Basic is epic. I just graduated Fort Jackson Basic. It seems to not smoke you as much because it's Heat Cat 5 plus overnights would suck in winter. Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah, so maybe that might be a good perk for basic training in the summertime, is they don't want you to like be a heat casualty. Where at least in the wintertime they can smoke the crap out of you because it'll warm you up, right? Keep you warm and take some of the chill away. Check out the success box. What's the success box? Sick man cave. Evie, what's happening? We're a little early. Trying it out at a slightly different time. What's happening, Larry? Best ways to lose stomach fat? I think just fat in general. A lot of it comes down to cardio, probably. Just my opinion. I feel like sometimes it depends on the person too, because your metabolism may be different than another person's metabolism. But that's usually my recommendation. Usually is cardio. So doing things like, depending on how out of shape you are, you might have to start off light, like doing like hikes and walks and everything like that, and then work your way up to jogs and runs and everything, and then eventually get in that point where you can do that kind of thing. Maybe bike rides, whatever, but usually cardio is a good one to kind of be helpful. There's probably other exercises you probably want to mix in there as well, though. I don't know all of the exercises. I'm not a personal trainer or anything like that, but cardio is definitely a good one, and then probably look up some other exercises to maybe add into the mix to help out with that kind of a thing. Badge MW's got a gaming channel, so there you go. Love the Rob Schneider picture on Instagram. Yeah, I've got a picture of me and Rob Schneider on Instagram that I had from a while back. Well, I used it as a Throwback Thursday type of thing. What state are you from? I am originally from California, but pretty soon, next year, 2 years, something like that. I don't know. It'll make it to where I've lived in Colorado longer than I've lived in California, though. But I'm originally from California. Was born there, lived there all the way up until I joined the Army, and then the Army took me away from California, and I never really went back. So, favorite overseas deployment? Well, the only deployment actual thing that I've done was Iraq. So, I guess Iraq by default, because it's the only deployment I've done. I mean, I've been overseas, like to Korea, but it wasn't a deployment. I was actually stationed in Korea. That's different. So yeah, my deployments was always just to Iraq. I guess Iraq wins by default. What's the most common reason people are medically discharged? Usually injuries, some kind of injury that's preventing them from being able to be deployable. Like maybe they've, gotten injured to where they can't run anymore. They've hurt their back. They've hurt their knees, whatever. So usually as far as like, medical discharge stuff, it's usually somewheres that something on their body is just hurt. I don't know if there's like knees are most common or back's most common. I don't know which one, but usually it's something along those lines, right? Is that something somehow has been injured and has not been able to heal properly, and it's not going to probably heal properly, so they're not going to be able to get to the level that they need to get to, so they end up getting medically discharged because of those injuries. And it's not like a bad thing. Depending on how long you've been in, you might get medically retired, which is pretty good. And then if you just get medically discharged, then you're still getting VA compensation, for the rest of your life because it's an Army-related thing. And now if it's not Army-related and you get medically discharged, then I don't know how that works, but that's probably pretty bad. Jackson sucked in the winter. Drill sergeants kept heat off, and we had frost in metal bunks. Yeah, sucked. We had a blast. It was fun. Yeah, that would probably be pretty horrible. Like when I did my basic training, it was in the summer in Fort Benning in August. So I guess it was kind of towards the end of summer, so that made it a little bit nice. But I remember it was still pretty humid, pretty hot over there. I'm leaving to basic training on Tuesday, going to Fort Sill, Oklahoma, 94 Papa. Super nervous, but excited. Well, good luck to you. Kimberly Torres, hopefully it goes well. I don't know anything about Fort Sill as far as what it's like, so I can't tell you. But for the most part, usually for basic training, just expect everything to suck really bad, and then hopefully it doesn't suck as bad as you thought it was, and ends up having some fun. So hopefully that goes well. Edward's going on vacation. Good deal, Edward. Who's got the most elite army or Marines? I mean, Marines they have that MARSOC, but MARSOC doesn't do quite the same stuff as Special Forces and Rangers do. So, I mean, like, I definitely feel like Marines have like a harder basic training, and probably the day-to-day lifestyle of the Marines is probably harder, more like stricter. But if we're talking about like elite type of things, I feel like Special Forces and Rangers is higher up there than MARSOC is, right? You don't ever hear about any awesome stuff MARSOC is doing or anything else like that, but you always hear people talking about Special Forces and Rangers and how badass that is. So I feel like Army has to take it. What are your thoughts doing AIT training at Fort Lee in Virginia, and was it England Air Force Base in Florida? I've never heard of I know I've heard of the base in Florida, but I don't know anything about that base. And then Fort Lee, I've never been to Fort Lee either. I probably can't give you any great advice on any of those because I've never been to any of those two locations. So I don't know. Couldn't really give you any good advice for that. Sorry about that. Chris, gotta say, I'm really digging your sorta new glasses. I mean, they're new. I mean, they're, I guess, not that new anymore, because now they're about a month old. I don't know. But thanks, Evie. Favorite place you got stationed? Probably Fort Carson, and that's why I stayed in the area, was because I like the Fort Carson area. So that's probably the best place I've ever been to. Probably. Can you still get promoted for referring someone while in the AIT? I don't believe so, no. I think that's only a thing you can do prior to enlisting. Once you're already in, it doesn't matter anymore. So I think it has to be a thing that has to take place before you join. You can share with the recruiter for sure, but I've never heard of anybody like recruiting anybody when they're already in and then getting promoted because of that. I think it has to be a prior to thing, and I'm pretty sure it has to be a prior to thing. What MOSs can help you get stationed in places like Japan or South Korea? Japan, I don't know. Japan's a pretty tough one to get because there's not a lot of Army units in Japan, so it's a really tough one to get assigned to. South Korea could be anyone. It's just really a matter of, you know, just MOSs that happen to be short at that time that they need for locations to pull people from and everything like that. But pretty much any MOS almost can end up getting stationed in South Korea. It just depends on the time frame and what ends up happening at that time frame. You guys ready to do so? By the way, we're doing this road to 100,000 subscribers, right? So you're gonna have a chance here to enter to win. VGMR still in here because I need a little bit of help from VGMR, and if Evie wants to help too, capture some of the entries. The way that you're going to be able to enter is I'm going to tell you what to type into the chat, and that little key thing is going to be what we need to see that you're entering into the drawing. It doesn't matter if you type it out twice or 5 times or whatever, because I'm only going to count your username once, so it doesn't matter, right? You can only enter once per live stream at least. So if you want to enter more than once, then you have to come back next Sunday to enter again. Okay, so that's going to be the key thing for that. Now, I need to still do something on the website to make sure to be able to verify that, you know, your email address and everything like that is kind of connected with your usernames. So that's going to come pretty soon, probably during this week, and I'll put something out on Discord. I'll put something out on the community channel. I'll put something out on my Instagram, probably like through stories maybe, and then I'll mention it again during the next live stream. So that way you can have a way to link your username with your email address. That way, if you win, I know who to email the gift card to, okay? Because in here, there's no way that you can, I don't want you posting your email address in the chat. So I'm gonna have a way that you'll link it, and I'll have that done this week, and you'll be able to do so. But you can still enter today. Just make sure to pay attention so that you can also link your username with your email address too. So, all right. So VGMR, if you can capture some of these. If you would like to enter in the giveaway, like I said, only enter once because that's all it's gonna count. Just type a number 1 in the chat right now. You have the next like 3 minutes to do so before we cut it off, and that's the only entries we're going to count from. All right, so I got like 7:19 of my time right now, 7:19, 20, 21, 22, so 7:22 my time anyways of what I'm looking at. I'm gonna cut it off and no more entries. So if you want to enter, just type number 1 in the chat. My mod's gonna help me out and screen capture that, so that way we can capture those names and I can get that entered in there. And then later on, like I said, I'll put out for you to be able to link your username to your email address. That way, when I draw your username on the end of the month, I know what email address to send the gift card to, okay? So my mods are gonna capture screenshots of your number 1s in the chat, and then I'll add that to a list for the drawing, okay? And I'll continue answering some questions though. But I'll cut off the ones here in a little bit, a couple minutes. Hello, Chris. How big of a problem is flat feet for someone who wants to join the Army? I've heard it's a disqualifier. I don't know like what the extremism of how flat they have to be, but it's something they check for at MEPS when they do physical stuff. So if you go and you know, go to do the physical and they determine that you have flat feet, well, sometimes it could be a disqualifier. By the way, I saw VGMR. I don't know if you caught it earlier when I was talking about for the, I think Evie asked it in the mod chat for the Discord about mods entering for the giveaway. Can't enter in the giveaway, but mods that are helping me out during this thing, I'm going to just automatically give you a reward anyways. All right, so you guys will get hooked up with a reward for helping me out with this contest. So you're going to get automatically way to win, basically, by being a mod and helping me with this. So you won't be a part of the drawing. Just note that, okay? Don't worry, because you're helping me. You basically, by default, get to win a prize, a good prize, but you won't be in the drawing. What was your favorite and least favorite part of basic training? Oh, by the way, yeah, before we get to that question. All right, cutting it off right here. So small man, I see in the chat, was the last one to put a number 1. That's the cutoff right there for entries. Anybody that comes after small man putting in his number 1, that was the cutoff right there already. All right, so those are the people that are entered from, I see, looks like Bryant Diaz, down to small man. Those are the entries. that we're going to capture for this live stream. If you missed it and you didn't get a chance to enter number one, make sure you come to next Sunday, because next Sunday you'll have a chance also. And those of you that already entered in this one, you'll have a chance to enter again and have a second entry into the giveaway to increase your chances of winning. Because a random number will basically be a random number will be selected, and then whichever number you fall into, you could possibly be the winner. And if you have more than one entry, then you may have more than one chance. All right, so thank you guys for entering. Tune in. You have to be here, so make sure you're here. Well, I don't know I haven't decided if you have to be here for the live stream or not to be able to win. Probably not. Probably won't make that a requirement, but if you want to have multiple chances to try to win, you probably want to be here for all the live streams to be able to do that. We probably won't have entries in the last live stream though. So, all right, back to the questions. What was your favorite and least favorite part of basic training? Favorite part? The end. Family day, when it was finally over. I didn't have my family come out, but we got to go hang out at the mall and have a good time. But as far as actual training part, probably the last road march. I always liked road marching. So the final road march we did was like a 12-miler, maybe a 10-miler. I don't remember how many miles it was. It felt like forever. It was probably only like maybe like 6 or something. I don't know. It might have been 12. I don't remember. But I always liked road marching. So I liked the road march. At the very end of that road march, we had like cool thing where they had fire going and they had music playing, and we got to have hot dogs and hamburgers and everything like that to kind of celebrate completing the road march and stuff. And that was like the last big thing we had to do before graduation came about. So that was pretty cool. That was probably my favorite. Least favorite, just getting woken up in the middle of the night to be messed with. That part sucked. You know, you're sleeping, and all of a sudden lights come on, and it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock at night or whatever, and drill sergeants want to mess with you and kind of, you know, play games for a little bit, and then you try to go back to sleep, and then come wake you up again, you know, like 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever it was to go do PT. So that was probably the favorite and least favorite part of basic training. If someone wants to own a Humvee or military vehicle and they are in the military currently, can they buy a military vehicle? I know you can buy one from auctions. So like there's no way like directly from the Army. Like if you're already in the Army and you want to buy one directly from your unit or something like that, no. If you were a soldier in the Army or even a civilian in the Army and you go to one of these auctions that they do have and you bought one then yeah, it'd be perfectly fine. But there is no like special way to do it. Like if you're already in the Army and you want to acquire a vehicle, you want to buy a vehicle, there's no special way to do it. You would do it the same way as if you were not in the Army. You have to try to buy it through those auctions that they do to sell off those military vehicles. Buy a Humvee. Humvees suck, by the way. If you guys really wanted to buy a Humvee, you're probably better off buying like the civilian version of it, because the military version of it, probably you can't go faster than 55. If you do, it's going to feel like things going to fall apart. Even at 55, it's probably a little sketchy. Thing sucks gas like crazy. Probably trying to get it fixed if something broke down on it would probably be a massive pain in the ass. But hey, if it's something you wanted to have like on a piece of property somewhere, like on a farm, then maybe for that reason it'd be pretty cool. But as like an actual driving vehicle to like drive to and from work or something like that, it'd probably be pretty horrible for that kind of a situation. Where do you go for basic training? I went to Fort Benning, Georgia, and I actually even have on my channel my basic training video of me reacting to it. So if you want to check that out, you can search for that. What type of personal items are you allowed to bring to basic? You can bring like some photos, probably would be fine. Jewelry is a little sketchy. I wouldn't really recommend bringing jewelry. I mean, if you have a wedding ring, you want to wear it, that's fine probably, but probably there's times you want to take it off so you don't get it damaged. Beyond that, there's not really much really as far as personal items. Photographs is probably the main one. Maybe a letter or something like that, but other than that, there's probably not really much of anything. I mean, now they do allow you to bring cell phones, but they'll have them locked up and you're only allowed to access them during certain times. But other than that, personal items are pretty restricted at basic training. And then once you get out of basic training, out of AIT, then it opens up to, you know, having whatever print you want as long as it's legal, I guess. Basic training June of 1999, it was hot. Yeah, see, I did August of 1999, so it was pretty hot. Can you explain the Green to Gold program? I don't know everything about it. The information I do know about it is you apply for it, And if you get accepted, then you basically get to get out of the Army with the obligation that you have to return after you're done with your degree. So you go and you basically are getting out of the Army to go to college. And so you're out of the Army now, but you're going to ROTC program. And then you go through the ROTC program in college and then commission as an officer and come back into the Army and then continue your Army career through that way. I don't know much beyond that, so you'd probably have to talk to someone about it if you're someone already in the Army, because this is a program for someone who's already in the Army. To try to do that, you'd have to talk to someone at like retention or schools or something like that, probably some other officers that are kind of in charge of that kind of thing. They would be able to give you more information about that, but that's about all I know about it. You ever been to Surplus City in Old Colorado Springs? It's an amazing store. I don't think so. I've been to Old Colorado, but I don't think I've ever been to like a surplus store in Old Colorado. So probably not. Maybe I'll have to check it out sometime. Hello, Buffalo 911. How's it going? No matter what MOS you're in, are you going to have to do CQ at times? For the most part, yeah. I've seen some units where they won't put cooks on CQ because they're already so busy. And there may be a few other small exceptions based on your unit. But for the most part, yeah. I mean, it's pretty much an everybody thing that lives in the barracks. Even if you don't live in the barracks, you'll do CQ. Even married soldiers will get stuck doing CQ as well. So for the most part, yes. Sometimes there might be some small like limits to that at your unit. And I think the only ones I've ever seen is like cooks. So, possible. Hooah! Thanks for subscribing, somebody. I'm at Fort Lee for AIT and it's pretty chill. Well, good deal. Good deal, Jason. Mrs. Chaos is doing good. She had her birthday on Friday. Thanks for asking, Edward. Is going to come back. So there might have been a like the stream cutting out. I'm trying to look at my little preview thing because I got an alert saying that there was no connection. I don't know. I don't think I noticed any break in the stream. I guess we're okay. We're still good. Let me know. Like at least a couple people. Let me know if we can. You can still see what's going on right now. I don't know what the deal was with that. Alright, we'll get past the entries, get back to your guys' questions. See if I make sure that we're still streaming though. I mean, it looks like it from the preview. There was a slight drop and it came back. Okay. It seemed like real short. There was like a little notification that popped up saying that OBS had disconnected and then it reconnected. And then I saw on my YouTube little page saying no data, and then it came back up, so I guess we're okay. It must have been really short then. Alright, I see people saying we're all good. Evie says we're good, Larry says we're good, BGMR says we're good. Alright. Continuing on then. What are the rules for using your gear in the Army? I mean, what do you mean? I mean, usually you're only using it for Army purposes. You're not using it for anything outside of Army purposes. You go to the field, you usually use your gear. Doing training, you use your gear. So I don't know what specifically you're trying to get at, but can't use it for anything outside of that. I want to join, I just don't know which job to pick. The best thing to do, I think, is to think about like what you want to do like outside of the Army, right? If there's a civilian job you'd love to do, law enforcement, finances, you want to do, you know, video stuff, you want to do photography, there's probably an MOS that'll be able to cater to that. So try to think about like what you would like to do like as a civilian job. That'd be pretty cool. And there's probably an Army equivalent of that, and then look it up and see if there is, because a lot of times there might be, and that might be the job that maybe you want to do, right? Maybe you want to do an electrician. They have an electrician in the Army. You want to do construction. There's individuals that do construction in the Army, and there's all sorts of possibilities. Probably medical, all that. What is this? If you're dressed for the cold sweat. If you're dressed for the cold sweat, is your enemy? Yeah, probably. Probably would make it a little bit tough because then you probably cool down and they get cold again because you're all wet now from being sweaty, so that would probably suck. Is the vest real? Yes-ish. So the vest is real. The plates inside of it are not. The plates that are inside of it that I have are actually workout plates because this vest can be used for either workouts or actual for ballistic type of vest. So yes, because the vest can be used for that, you have to put actual plates inside of it and it would work just fine. The plates that are currently inside of it are for working out, so they would not be good for trying to stop bullets, kind of a thing. So yeah, I guess it's real then. Just not currently-ish. I don't know how to explain that. What's your favorite weapon you fired in the military? Can you bring your own weapons if it's the same weapon the military uses or caliber? No, you can't use your own personal weapons. They don't care if it's the same exact kind of weapon. No, they want you to use government issued stuff, so you cannot do that. As far as my favorite one to fire, I don't know. 240 Bravo is cool. 50 cal is kind of cool. I don't know. There's a lot of cool ones. I don't know. Maybe the 240 Bravo. 240 Bravo is pretty cool. And the reason why I don't say the 50 cal, even the 50 cal is more powerful. 50 cal is a pain in the ass. You have to like do the head space and timing and get everything aligned properly. And then if you fire too many rounds, you can mess up the barrel and all sorts of kind of complicated things. So probably the 240 Bravo. Graduated from Jackson 334 Bravo Company. Was it Lukens? Thanks for your help, Chris. Made it easier. Well, awesome. Good to hear. And hopefully you have further success in the Army. Ever go to Team Spirit in South Korea? I was stationed at Schofield Barracks for 3 years. I was honor grad at Gordon for 31 Kilo School. When we left to go grad, my orders said Korea. I don't know what Team Spirit is in South Korea. I don't know what that is. I've done a lot of stuff in South Korea. Saw Seoul, saw a lot of touristy places. It was fun, had a good time, but I don't know what that specifically is. Can you get off after basic before you go to AIT? Not usually. The only time usually you can fall into that is if you're graduating basic around the time that Christmas is falling in. So then they'll send you home for Christmas, and then you have to go to AIT from there. Otherwise, no. It's usually just directly from basic training to AIT, and you'll do it that way. And then sometimes even after AIT, you won't have a chance to go home until later on. So that kind of still depends too. Like I was able to go home after AIT because it fell around Christmas time. I went to basic training, and immediately after I graduated basic training, the next day took off and went to Fort Leonard Wood for AIT. Did my AIT. We graduated prior to Christmas, so we went home for Christmas, and then I reported my first duty station after that. But there are a lot of people that don't get to do that at all. They just go directly from basic to AIT to their first unit, and then at their unit, when they have opportunity to take leave, then they get to take leave finally and get to go home after that. So that kind of usually how it falls under. I have my associate's degree. Can I join at a higher rank? Yes. Typically, with an associate's degree, you can come in as an E3, which is a private first class. So that will allow you to get a little bit of rank, make a little bit extra money. The criteria for you to still rank up is still the same, but you get to start off at a higher rank and start making money a little bit more than other people at an early start. So yeah, as long as it's an accredited school, it's the right amount of credit hours and everything else like that, you submit that stuff to the recruiter to show that you have the associate's degree and the credit hours and from an accredited college and everything, or trade school or whatever. And then yeah, you'll get to come in the Army as a private first class as an E3. What are we doing on the comments? Am I too far? No, I'm pretty good on comments. Is this Chris? I'll better off buy a H3 Hummer better than a Humvee? Yeah, usually the H3, even probably maybe an H2 maybe, would probably be better than actually getting a military one. Now, the military one would probably be more powerful than the H3, but the H3 is not going to suck gas quite as bad as the Humvee does. I mean, H3 still sucks gas pretty bad too, but not at the same level. Could you use your own plate carrier? No. I mean, there's not a lot of stuff that you can use your own of. I mean, certain things you can, like plate carrier. No, they're gonna want you to use the army issued vest, army issued weapon. Probably like other little things, like if you had like little pockets that you're attaching to the vest that you bought from some surplus store from online place, that's probably okay as long as it's not like some kind of weird color and it's like a matching color. Knee pads I usually don't care too much about, like if you bought some civilian ones, as long as they're appropriate colors. Eye protection, gloves, you can usually do your own things, but certain like really crucial things like the vest, your weapon, your helmet, those kinds of things, you have to use the army issued stuff. What was your experience like as an 88 mic? I have a video that talks about like the day-to-day life of an 88 mic. So if you really want to know like what it's kind of like, at least from my perspective, because sometimes it still can vary based on your unit still, but you can check out that video and that kind of gives you what experiences I had in the Army from being an 88 mic, and you can kind of check that out if you really wanted to. I thought it'd be so cool to drive a Hemet. It was a nightmare. Yeah, like a Hemet would be good like if you were trying to do like stuff on a farm, would probably be cool. Like you wouldn't want to have that as like a driving vehicle to get around town or try to use it as like a truck to like transport cargo and make money off of that. But if you like worked on a farm, you worked on some property and you wanted to use like a Hemet to move like equipment from one end of the property to the other end of the property, probably be great for those kind of things. But outside of that, I don't really know of a good scenario. Probably be good for like maybe like in like disaster relief if you were in the local area, got hit by a hurricane. Like I saw like some people have done that where they have like a 5-ton and they've used it to help people out to rescue people out of like flooded water areas because the truck sits up high. So it's probably great for those kind of situations. Hey Christopher Chaos, hope you have a decent week. Well, thanks. Just a decent one, not a great one? Okay, I can go with that. I can go with decent. Decent still works. It's not crappy, so yeah, that's still good. I got 94 Delta Air Traffic Control Repairer as my MOS. Do you know anything about it? I know absolutely zero. Sorry, can't help you out with that. That's one of those definitely obscure type of MOSs that I have no experience with, so I don't know really anything about them. So, yeah. What am I drinking? It's Lipton peach tea. I can still see your scruffy face. Yeah, I mean, I haven't shaved recently. I'll have to shave the neck hairs off and trim up the beard a little bit, but it's the way to go. What are the best schools to go in the Army? I think it depends on your goals and what you want to do. Some people really want to get, like airborne or air assault, or maybe want to go to certain other things, maybe hazmat, maybe medical ones or whatever. So I think it just depends on your kind of goals. I wasn't really that interested in a lot of schools or anything, so I didn't really have that same interest. You plan on doing Call of Duty streams again sometime? I don't know. I'm not too sure. I mean, I feel like I just suck too bad, guys. Do you really want to watch me play Call of Duty? If you have never been to the Call of Duty streams that I did, there would be occasionally some times where I do pretty good and it was pretty awesome, and I think that was just pure luck. And then other times I would do awful, where I would just be getting wrecked. Every corner I turned around, I was getting shot, just destroyed. I'd have one of the lowest kill counts of the team, so it was horrible. I don't feel like that's entertaining. I don't. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe you like it. Maybe you like watching me suck. Maybe you think it. Maybe it boosts your morale, and you're like, man, this guy really sucks. I'm amazing compared to this guy, and that's why you like watching me. But I also moved the PlayStation out of the office. I don't have my PlayStation in the office anymore. I moved it to the bedroom because I wasn't really playing it that often. So I was like, oh, if I'm going to play it, maybe I'll lay in bed and play games if I really wanted to. But if I did anything like any kind of gaming streams, it'd probably have to be PC. Unless I decided I wanted to drag the PlayStation back down into back down to my office. Or maybe one day I'll get the PlayStation 5 and I'll take the PlayStation that I have in the living room and put that one in here, and then the PlayStation 5 in the living room, and then I'll have 3 PlayStations, so I don't know. What's the one question you can ask someone to determine whether they are fake Valor? One question? I don't know. I mean, sometimes it just depends on the person. The person probably could bullshit their way through almost anything, depending on how much research they've done. I mean, sometimes you can ask what their MOS is, but sometimes the easy answer is 11 Bravo. So there's probably got to be a follow-up question with asking, you know, where they went to basic at. Asking their pay grade might be a good one, because some people won't know the differences between E1 and E2 and E3 and all that stuff and what those equate to. So I don't know. I don't know if there's one. I can't think of one question. Usually it comes down to probably a series of questions that you'd probably have to ask someone to try to determine if they're real or fake or not. You know, asking them where they've been stationed, what their MOS is, where they go to basic, where they go AIT, all that kind of stuff. And if they don't understand what the hell those acronyms are, then that's probably a good chance that they're fake. Love your video about what you can and can't do in the barracks. I'd love to hear some other examples of cans and can'ts. I was working on one, trying to look at some stuff that maybe not necessary for the barracks, but just in the Army in general, because I have a video that talked about things that you can and can't do, or things you can't do in a uniform. And I was going to try to see if I could maybe find some other good ones to like explain some things that you can't do when you're in the Army uniform, or things that you just can't do in the Army maybe in general. Maybe not necessarily just in uniform, just when you're in the Army. So that might be a video that I might try to put together at some point in time to try to do some more. I think I was going to title it like "More Things You Can't Do in the Army," something like that. Brave Rifles, agree. AIA. What's this one? 2 units I deployed with. Number 1 weapon to fire is a 120 millimeter mortar. That'd probably be pretty cool. I've never fired any mortars, so I don't actually have that experience to say that was pretty cool, but I imagine that'd be pretty interesting and pretty exciting. I've wanted to join the U.S. Army and be a drill sergeant. I have searched how to be a drill sergeant and got no real answers. Do you have one? Yes. So you're going to have to join the Army. It doesn't matter what MOS you're in. Pretty much any MOS qualifies. And then usually, most people usually can try to become a drill sergeant when they become E6, but they do allow it at E5, especially when they're really low on numbers for drill sergeants. Then they'll allow sergeants E5. But you do have to be at a minimum a non-commissioned officer. So you're gonna have to work your way up to the ranks, be an NCO, usually at least an E5. Better chances as an E6. Sometimes you just get voluntold to do it. Sometimes you don't get a choice. Sometimes I've known people that just come up on orders to either be a recruiter or be a drill sergeant, especially when they become staff sergeants, and they just get stuck being one. And then you can volunteer for it as well. And typically your window of opportunity to try to volunteer for that is going to be around E5 as a sergeant, and potentially be able to volunteer to become a drill sergeant. They send you off to the school and all that stuff, and then you become a drill sergeant. I would like to go to the tourist spots than partying, Chris. I mean, yeah, that's what you got to do. Anywheres you go, check out the locations, check out the touristy spots, party, but do it responsibly. Have you ever been in operation with the Brazilian Army? No. And what I think, I've never even met any Brazilian Army individuals, so I could not tell you anything about them. So I don't have an opinion either way. Is 68 Whiskey a good MOS if you want to be a doctor when you get out? Maybe. I'm sure it helps a little bit. I mean, being a doctor is pretty hard, right? That's like 6 years or more of college to be able to get a doctor's degree, right? So that'd be it's probably pretty difficult. It's actually more, I don't know how many years it is. Is it more than 6 years? I don't know. That's a tough thing to do, but I would imagine that wouldn't hurt. Being a 68 Whiskey would probably be a little bit helpful. And then depending on how long you spend in the Army, then you have to start your college. It doesn't give you anything beneficial other than having a little bit of experience prior to kind of help you maybe understand some things a little bit better than others, but yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Likes. Our goal, 100 likes. We're at 69 likes right now, which that's awesome. That's cool and all, but we're trying to get to 100 likes. 100 likes is the goal before the stream ends, and we're getting close to approaching the end of the stream. So make sure you take a look down below, hit that like button, so we can hit that goal of 100 likes before the stream is over. By the way, did anybody have any preference as far as the times of starting these live streams? Does it work when I started it right on the hour, or did it not matter, or did you like it better when it was at 30 minutes after the hour? Ideas. Chris, will you ever get an electric car like a Tesla? Definitely, someday. I would love to have a Tesla Model S. That's my goal, actually. I currently drive a Lexus IS250, which is cool. I like the IS250. It's a cool car. But, man, that Tesla is pretty dope. So, yeah, my goal actually is to, at some point in time, maybe get rid of the Lexus and move to the Tesla Model S. Do females use the same weapons as males? They do. Yeah, there's no different weapons because you're female or you're male or whatever. No, it's the same stuff. Nothing changes. Do they issue you knee pads in basic training? And if not, can you bring a pair of black or green ones? I don't know if they do in basic training. They usually do when you enter your unit. They'll issue you knee pads and elbow pads. But I don't remember if they do it in basic training. Like when I went through basic training, they didn't. But they also didn't start issuing knee pads and elbow pads when I was in the Army until later when I was in the Army. Because initially that wasn't a normal thing you got issued. So I don't know if they do that during basic though. But if you can bring your own, I would say no. Do not bring your own. If they don't issue you some, then they're not going to allow you to wear them in the first place. If they do issue you some, then you got to wear the ones they issued you. And then when you get your unit, then you can probably change it up as long as they're authorized. Should I go to college before I join the Army? Depends on you. Personal experience, right? Personal preference kind of a thing. So I think that kind of depends. Oh, that's right. I forgot all about that. Any news on the Chaos Cups? I totally forgot about that. I need to put that on the website so they're easier to get to, easier to find. So if anybody wants to buy a cool Chaos Cup, they can get to it on the website. So I need to do that. Hopefully, maybe this week when I go to do that little verification thing that I need to do for people entering in the drawing to link their YouTube username with their email address, so I know who to email the gift card to. These days, Modern Warfare has mostly high-level players and hack users more than average players, probably. But I also just suck at the game, so it doesn't make that helpful either. Get a super chat sticker, I see. I think it'll make the lights flash for super chat stickers. But thank you, Larry. I can't really feature super chat stickers because they won't show up. But thanks, Larry, for the super chat sticker with the donation. I appreciate you. You're awesome. With the, what is it, like a guy taking a selfie, or is he holding up a mug? I don't know what the sticker is actually showing, though. Do you get paid more if you get airborne on your contract? No, but okay, having airborne in your contract will not allow you to pay more, get more money in your paycheck. But if you go through the whole process, you get airborne qualified, and you go to airborne unit, and you're in an active airborne unit that has you doing active jumps, then you can receive jump pay. And I think that's only like a $50 or $100 extra a month. It's not a whole lot. But hey, maybe every little bit counts. But you get an extra little bit for being on active jump status when you're in that situation. But simply having it on your contract and just simply being airborne qualified does not get you anything. Only being an airborne unit, being on active jump status will get you a little bit extra for your paycheck. It's not a whole lot, but a little bit extra. For the PlayStation 5, is allowed to play PlayStation 4 games? Yeah, it's backwards compatible. So that makes it nice. I don't have to switch out the games. Chris, I was in Fort Leonard Wood in '84 for basic training. How did you like the base and the surroundings? It was okay. I don't remember it a whole lot. It was all right for the time. I guess it was cold during that time frame. I didn't really get to see a whole lot, and I don't really remember a whole lot either. Probably. It was okay, I guess. I don't know if it'd be a play. I don't think I'd want to be stationed anywhere that has like AITs or basic trainings. I feel like there's a lot of usually crazy restrictions that units place on you to kind of keep you away from the training soldiers and everything. They can get you in trouble. So I don't think I'd ever want to be stationed at a place like that. Hey Chaos, is there a way I can find my dad's old basic training yearbook? I doubt it. I don't know. It'd be a tough one. This especially depends on how far back you're talking. You maybe could try to track down, it'd probably be still very difficult, but try to contact someone at that installation as to where they did basic training at and see if they happen to know what company was making the books for that year. If they know that information, then maybe you can contact the company and maybe have some kind of archive of it. That would probably be the only way I can think of probably doing it, is be trying to find some way to contact somebody at the basic training location, some kind of like PR person or something. I don't know. It'd be probably pretty damn difficult. And try to find out what company was possibly printing the yearbooks during that year. And if it was like a long time ago, like in the 80s or 90s or something like that, it's probably not going to be possible. I would imagine it'd be extremely difficult and nearly impossible. So that'd probably be pretty tough to do. But that's what I would try. Whether that works or not, I don't know. Hey Chris, big fan from Thailand here. Well, thanks for watching all the way from Thailand. It's like night and day watching a combat veteran play Call of Duty versus people who weren't 11 Bravo, but I do enjoy watching your game streams, Chris. Yeah, no, I'm horrible at the game. You don't want to watch me play Call of Duty. It goes so bad. I had several E5 drill sergeants. Yeah, it happens now. Like, it used to be a thing where a while back, E6 staff sergeant was the limit. And then at some point in time, they opened it up for E5s to allow sergeants. But usually they prefer staff sergeants. But yeah, that is a thing that you can have, because I've seen E5 drill sergeants. But yeah. Do you have any advice for Ranger School? Not really, because I don't have that experience, but I do know that you have to be in great shape, so make sure you're in excellent shape. Train for it. Make sure you go into it, with a positive attitude and give it 100%. Best thing you can do, probably. So the Brave Rifles patch, well, thanks. That was my first unit I deployed to Iraq with. Evie says, earlier stream is way better. Yeah, and now we're almost getting close to the end of the stream. What do we have for likes? 83 likes, guys. 83 likes. Our goal, 100. 100 likes. Bad news. If we can't get to 100 likes, that means you owe me 100 push-ups. I'm sorry. That was part of the terms of service when you clicked on this live stream to tune in for it, was that if the stream could not get to 100 likes, that you have to do 100 push-ups at the end of the stream. And if you're someone who's shipping off to basic training in the next 6 months, then no matter how many likes it gets, you got to knock out 100 push-ups anyways. You don't have to do them all at once. You can spread them out a little bit. Do 20 now, 20 in the morning, 20 in the afternoon, whatever. But you got to do 100 push-ups. It's part of the terms of service. So make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Try to get to 100 likes before the stream ends. This time works good. Despite the 2-minute video, who wants one about military balls that goes into more details? I mean, it could be a possible video I could possibly do. I don't know if there's that much more details, though. I mean, maybe. It's possible. We could eventually throw in there a video about, like, preparing for the ball and what to expect when you go to one of these balls and all that kind of stuff. Just all about balls. All of you guys that, you know, want to just watch a lot of balls stuff, right? Just all balls content. No. How do you feel that if you don't answer questions, your subscribers will come to Colorado Springs and hunt you down? Well, Colorado Springs is pretty big, so you're going to have to find me, and that's going to be a little bit difficult. So, yeah. Super chat. What do we got? Jay Jackson says, how come you never display your medals / shadow box? I do, sort of. You don't see it in the video. Off camera over here on the wall, I have my dress uniform, the Class A uniform. So it was the green one before the Army switched to the blues. They were in the process of doing that when I was getting out of the Army. I have a pair of blues, but I used them for formal events, not for your just normal dress uniform. So I had the green ones, and I have the green uniform in a little shadow box case. So it has that up there. So I have the medals there. On the belt, you can kind of see it right there. Of course, it's going to be way too blurry to actually see it though, but on my belt back here has my ribbon rack on there. I think at some point in time, I probably will do a video about all the medals that I've received in the Army, and maybe even like how I got them. But yeah, in the videos, there's nothing really in the videos that you guys can actually see. You'll be able to see my medals and what ribbons I have and all that kind of stuff. But I do have them up. They're on the uniform, just off screen on the wall over there, with a bunch of other stuff too. I got like plaques I got from Korea, my basic training photo, some stuff, other stuff from Korea. So there's a bunch of stuff over there. So thanks for the super chat though. Appreciate that. Hey Chris, leaving for basic at Jackson May 31st. Any tips for me? Thanks. Same thing I tell everybody, just go into it expecting everything to suck really bad, and hopefully it doesn't suck that bad. And stay positive, stay motivated, and don't get discouraged and think that you made a mistake because this is what the Army's like. That's not what the Army's like. Basic training AIT is not a good test to give you an idea as to what basic training or what the Army life is like. So don't think that, you know, oh crap, this is what it's always gonna be like for the rest of my Army career. It's not at all. It's intended to kind of break you down and kind of build you up and all that kind of stuff. So don't think that's what the Army's like. So just go into it, can-do attitude, push through it, and then when it's all done, you'll be excited when it's all over with, probably. Hopefully have some fun too. Do 11 Bravo dog handlers have a better chance of seeing combat? They don't have 11 Bravo dog handlers. There's a specific MOS for dog handlers they use with like military and drugs and explosives and all sorts of things like that. So that's different. 11 Bravos, there's not like a dog handler for 11 Bravos. Are we getting like a bunch of subscribers, or is the thing freaking out? Because I've had that happen before, where the alerts thing just starts freaking out and starts showing a bunch of old alerts. So we'll just roll through it, because it's possibly that and not just some weird reason why there's a bunch of people subscribing right now. Could be wrong. Maybe there's a bunch of people that are just randomly subscribing right now. Subscribing away like crazy. Do I have a basic training yearbook? No, I didn't I don't think they even had yearbooks. They had a video and they had a group photo, and that was about it. Might have to mute the notifications if it doesn't stop here in a minute. I remember you giving me a shout out before I left the basic last year, and now I'm stationed here at Fort Carson. Well, good deal, Omar. If you have to come take a JCR JBCB class on Fort Carson, I could possibly be your instructor. You never know. But good deal. Hopefully all is going well. since basic training and since that time. You talk about the differences between being a private / specialist and becoming a sergeant, or at least your experience. Kind of have videos on that, like what do you do as a sergeant. I have videos of what you do at different ranks, and that kind of explains it. I mean, for the most part, you know, your private through specialists are the ones doing the hard work, and then your NCOs are now your sergeant is now kind of like the more like a manager type position where they're kind of overseeing it and making sure things get accomplished and making sure people are doing it properly. But I kind of have videos on that. So check out like the video of what soldiers do at each rank. Would probably be a good one to probably look at. What do we got? 95 likes. 5 likes away from our goal, my friends. And we're probably about like 5 or 10 minutes away from getting towards the end of the stream. So I think we can do this. I think we can hit that 100 like goal. So make sure you hit that thumbs up so we can hit that 100 likes before the stream ends. Otherwise, sorry, you got to do 100 push-ups at the end of the stream. Just how it goes. Sets of 25 is the easiest. What you got to do sometimes, as Ruben says right here. Ruben says sets of 25. What is this? What is this? This one person, someone's asking about printing paper. I mean, what do we got going on here? I don't understand what the hell you're trying to get at here with this printing paper stuff. Do you have family members that served? My grandfather, I think, was in the Navy. I have another uncle that I think was in the Navy. Another uncle that was in the Army. My niece was in the Air Force. And beyond that, I don't know if there's anybody else. Somewhere's around there, though. Am I the only one who enjoyed basic AIT? Maybe. I don't know. I don't think I necessarily... There's moments that I enjoyed, but overall I wouldn't say I enjoyed it like as a whole, though. Uh, 2 years of basic? That sucks. What's up, Holy Hand Grenade? You just not showing up? Where have you been? You're allowed to have aftershave and basic training. I think as long as it's alcohol free, I think you can. But I think it has to be like alcohol free type of aftershave. I would check with like a recruiter and ask about them. They might just say no. But I've heard of situations where you can as long as it's like alcohol free. Let's see. We're gonna probably wrap it up pretty soon. We'll skip through some of your guys' replies to each other. How do you put an entry in the giveaway? Sorry, missed the giveaway. The giveaway entry was earlier, so tune into the next live stream. You have a chance to enter in the giveaway. But that was that already happened earlier in the stream, where we had our entries entered at that specific time. You're on my TV? Well, now your question is on your TV. Or not your question, but your comment, I guess. So now, there you go. Now you're on the TV, on your TV. What's harder, air assault or airborne? Probably airborne. I've never done either of them, but from what I've seen of what's kind of involved with each one, probably airborne would probably be harder. Air assault's got actually math involved in it, so maybe if you're really horrible at math, then maybe air assault might be harder because you suck at math. But there's probably not any math involved with airborne school, if there is, very little. But I would imagine airborne probably. Couple more questions. We're getting close to the end here, guys, so we're so close. 97 likes. I know there's got to be only a few more of you guys out there that have not yet liked the stream. Hit that like button. I know you can do it. You've got it in you. All you got to do is just move your mouse or even move your finger down on your screen. Just tap that like button. Just tap it, click it, whatever you got to do. 100 likes before we end the stream here. So close. When's the meet and greet in Texas? Probably won't be doing it now. So I was going to possibly be going to Texas, but it doesn't look like I'll be going now. So won't be happening. Are the beds good during basic training? They're not good, not great, not bad. They're just going to be small little twin beds. So there's nothing special, really. So, I mean, they're actually probably, well, probably worse in basic than they are your unit. Your unit has a little bit better, but not much better beds. We got 104. There we go. We reached the goal of 100 likes that we were trying to get to. It's a good deal. Of course, obviously, there's going to be people immediately when I say that are unlike it and then relike it and whatever. It doesn't matter. We hit 100 likes. Whether people unlike it doesn't matter anymore. It's too late. Can't take it back. No takebacks. All right. Let's do maybe like 1 or 2 more questions. So get your questions in. If you had a question and I did not answer it, hit me up on Instagram, right? It's a very easy way to just go and follow me on Instagram. Links in the description box down below for my Instagram. Send me a message. Ask me a question if you wish. I'll get to you as soon as I can. Maybe it'll be within an hour. Maybe it'll be within a few days. Something like that, but I'll try to get back to you. You can also join the Discord channel. So down in the description box down below, also the Discord. So make sure you join that Discord. It's free to join. It's great. Made some upgrades to the Discord recently. If you are a member of the Discord and you haven't been in it in a while, made it to where you earn rank as you build your way up into the Discord by being active, and now your rank shows up next to your name in the Discord. So look for that. That's kind of a cool new thing. All right, a couple more questions and we're into the stream here. Chris, can the soldiers accept gifts from officers or their families without getting in trouble? Maybe, yeah. I guess it kind of depends on why and what the gift is and what's going on. Like, I've seen like officers, like let's say you went to the field and the officer, you did something really great and the officer wanted to reward you, so they, gave you a Starbucks gift card or they did something like that or whatever. Then sure, yeah. I guess it sometimes just depends on what's going on, and I'm sure the officer would know when it's appropriate and when it's not appropriate to be giving enlisted soldiers like a gift or something like that. But sure, it just kind of depends on the situation, I guess. Hey, my name is Lewis, or is Luis. I'm looking into MP and want to become an FBI agent. Will this help me? What career options does open up? Sort of, yeah. I mean, I've known people that want to do FBI, and the requirements, I don't know if these are still the requirements, but one individual that I knew that was doing that path, the requirements was at least 2 years of military experience. Didn't really matter what MOS they were in. They also had to have a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. They also had to do internship with the FBI, and then they would qualify to be in the FBI. So just probably do your research and find out what the requirements are to join the FBI. They may have something like on their website or through some other ways, but I'm sure being an MP would probably be helpful, right? I think it usually just it requires military experience in general, but the MP experience will probably still be helpful, I'd imagine. Have you done videos on marriage in the Army? Sort of. I have a video on married life in the Army. What happens if you get married or get divorced while in the Army. So I have, I think, a couple of videos. Look for those 2 videos. Would probably be something along those lines of like marriage in the Army. Would be the what happens if you get divorced or married in the Army, and married life. So probably if you go to my channel and in the search bar of my channel, you can actually search for my videos only, and you can like type in like married or something like that, and you probably come up with those videos. How big are barracks in the Army? Not that big. Small little apartment, kind of a concept without a living room. It's really like a small little 2-bedroom with a kitchenette kind of apartment type of thing with a bathroom. So they're not huge, not really great or anything like that, but you know, hey, it's free, so you don't have to pay rent. So that's cool. All right, let's see. One more really good question. I'm gonna find one last good question. That's gonna be the last question that we're gonna end on. Load the video. You forgot about my channel. What the hell, man? Let's see. I'm trying to see. Yes, Larry, I do still work with the Army as a contractor. For one last good question. Is there any one last good question someone wants to get in before we end this stream? One more good question. Oh. You guys missed out on the giveaway. Make sure you tune into the next live stream next Sunday. You'll have a chance to enter the giveaway. For those of you that did get your entry in, keep an eye out for how to verify or how to link your YouTube account name with your email address. That way, if you win, then you'll I'll be able to email you the gift card. I was trying to find one more good question, but I don't know. I mean, some of these are okay questions, but a good last question, I don't know. Because I mean, like this question, what does MP entail? I mean, I got a video on MPs, but that's about the gist of what I know about MPs. Not a large amount of information, really. I mean, this still isn't like a question I can provide any good answers on. How often do you see combat as a dog handler in the Army? It doesn't matter in your MOS based on your unit. So what if your unit is going to deploy to a combat zone, then that depends on it, because you could be a dog handler in a specific unit that doesn't deploy, and there's a cook that goes to deployments and see, because they're ambushed on a convoy, got to see more combat than that person did. So that really just varies based on your unit. So, what's the day as an MP? In that video, I think I talk a little bit about that. All right, I think we're just gonna end it here, guys. I appreciate you guys for coming to hang out. You guys are awesome. You guys rock. Like I said, if you missed the giveaway, tune in next Sunday. You'll have a chance to enter. If you already entered, then you can also still get an additional entry in. You can get multiple entries in, right, per live stream at least, and have more chances. And also keep an eye out for how to link your YouTube username to an email. So if you win, I know who to send the gift card to. All that kind of fun stuff. So make sure you tune in next Sunday for the live stream. We'll have some videos during the week to entertain you guys with some new content and all that kind of fun stuff. Thank you guys for helping me achieve the goal of 100 likes. We got past that. Thanks to all of you that had questions. Thanks for the super chats. Check out links down in the description box for my the Discord channel, which I made some upgrades to, my Instagram, the website, all sorts of fun stuff. So definitely check that stuff out. You guys are awesome. Thanks for coming to hang out. Thanks for taking some time out of your evening to come listen to me blab and answer some questions and do whatever the hell I was doing, I guess. So thank you guys so much. You guys rock. I'll see you next time. See ya.